look at this.
Have you seen Lisa's?
No.
It's like half of yours.
Really?
Yeah, seriously, it is.
What is this you're doing?
Writing a storybook about some superheroes.
Are you okay, Specs?
Raha, leave him alone. I'm sure they're not that interesting.
They're interesting, but they're not meant for you.
Here, let me read it aloud for you. There once lived a boy called Specs. Not his name, of course. But since he wore huge spectacles, everyone called him Specs. In school, he had 3 good friends, Bumba, Zawadi, and Raha.
Don't read my stories.
No, let's see how interesting they really are.
Bumba used to like school. However, one day, as he was alighting from the school bus, a classmate called Toma whispered to him, "School is boring. I want to have some fun." Bumba looked at him and asked him, "What kind of fun?" "School is for small boys. Fun is for real men," replied Toma and laughed. Toma was known in school. His father was a soldier. Everyone thought he was a tough boy. He used to give stories about how his father could not beat him, how the teachers feared him because he would call his father to shoot them, and how he had been to many places. "Well, you still are a schoolboy," Bumba told Toma. Toma laughed again and showed him something in the bag. It was a sword. "This is my father's magical sword. He gave it to me. I am going to form my own gang. Only real men can join it." "Want to join and have some fun?" said Toma. Bumba thought how nice it would be to finally be like Toma. Everyone would think he was a man too.
Bumba followed Toma out of the school compound. They walked into a faraway place. Toma said that this was a place of freedom.
What's the matter, Bumba?
I think Specs is right. Maybe this story isn't meant for us.
Bumba, don't mind me. Carry on. You already started.
Once they got into the island, Toma told Bumba that from now on, they will do things that no one could tell them not to. "Officially, we are now the Bushman gang," Toma said. He turned and saw a tall tree. He zapped it and felled it. He jumped up and down with excitement, giving it to Bumba. Bumba saw a bird that was flying. He zapped it and it fell down. Now this was exciting. He started zapping everything that was on their way as they walked.
I'm not sure I like all the zapping.
That poor bird.
This is where it gets exciting. Carry on.
Back in school, Toma's father came looking for him. "I want my laser sword back," he roared. But no one knew where Toma and Bumba were. Zawadi, Specs, and Raha agreed to help look for them.
Bumba and Toma were relaxing at the shores of the river. Suddenly, Toma's father came flying in with his motorbike, followed by the flying bus. "Bring back my laser sword," roared Toma's father. "Yes, Bumba, give back the sword and get onto the bus," said Teacher Mary, alighting from the bus with Zawadi, Raha, and Specs. Toma grabbed the laser gun from Bumba and pointed it at them. He tried to zap the teacher, but Zawadi moved at a supersonic speed and pushed Teacher Mary out of the way. Toma's father took out 2 swords, holding one on each hand, and started zapping Toma and Bumba. Bumba tried to make himself invisible. "Your magic powers of invisibility can't work on you now, Bumba, because you are using them to do evil," shouted Specs.
Toma tried to zap his father, but his father blocked it with his own zap. Toma turned and ran away.
Bumba turned to run too, but Zawadi caught him very quickly. He wrestled away from Zawadi and ran after Toma. Bumba Boomba quickly climbed up a coconut tree. Boomba started screaming, "I'm sorry. I will never run away from school again." But as soon as he got to the top, Thoma's father zapped the tree. Zawadi quickly zoomed towards the tree and snatched him off it before the tree hit the water.
Boomba and Toma were taken back to school. From that day on, Boomba realized that it is not good to follow people who try to impress you by doing evil things. Anytime someone tried to tell you to do something that was not good, he would tell them frankly that doing bad things doesn't make you a hero. Instead, he spent time with Specs, Zawadi, and Raha, his friends, who did great things like saving people in trouble.
That was a good story, though it is quite familiar. Remember that time, Boomba, when you sneaked out of school with that boy whose father was a policeman?
Don't remind me of that time. I learnt it the hard way, not to follow people who did not add any value to my life.
Come on, Specs. Can we read another story from your book? They are interesting.
So it was an interesting story. Unfortunately, you'll have to wait until next time for another story.